What is up, guys? So a very common question that I get all the time is Amazon FBA still viable? Can you make money with all of the new fees, right? The updates and fees. And so we're going to talk about that right now. So they have different categorizations of size, right? So small, large 1 to 2 pounds, and large over 2 pounds. These are the costs that it actually costs you from Amazon to fulfill these items. So this is when the Amazon employees are actually taking your items off of their shelves, putting them in a box, and shipping them out. So small, 1 pound or less, 15 inches as the longest side, so about 38 centimeters. Its shortest side, 0.75 inches or less, right? So it's medium size, 12 inches or less. So they give you a good kind of example down here of common sized items with their weight and dimensions and their cost in January through September and October through December, right? So these are actually different costs in Q4 because Amazon is incentivized to ship your items out of their warehouses so that they can make more space. So it's actually cheaper to fulfill your items in Q4, but it's significantly more expensive to store them. So there's two different types of fees you have to think about when you're doing Amazon FBA. The first is fulfillment. So January through September, a normal t-shirt, 1 pound or less, large standard size, dimensions of 8.5 by 5.8 by 1. 0.35 of a pound, outbound shipping weight 1 pound. $3.39 to fulfill the t-shirt. So when you want to think about the actual storage costs, then you can go to the monthly inventory storage costs. So during the first 9 months of the year, it's 0.64 per cubic foot. And so if you come to this services.amazon.com/fulfillment by Amazon pricing, you can actually calculate your storage fees simply by inputting the dimensions of your product. And I'm going to be linking this in the description of this video so you guys can go and you can play around with it. So 0.64 per cubic foot, right? Is a very cheap cost to store your items. If you ever used outside warehouses besides Amazon, you know that this is a very fair price. So during Q4, that price goes from 0.64 to $2.35 per cubic foot for Q4. So your sales are going to drastically increase in Q4. So this makes sense from Amazon's perspective to charge you more because you're going to be making more money and space in their warehouse is much more sought after and valuable. So go ahead and play around with these storage fee calculators from this site. You can know that 0.64 per month for the first 9 months, $2.35 per cubic foot for Q4. Right, and oversize has a different calculation right here. So if your product is categorized as oversized, right, which they clearly quantify right here, then go ahead and look at the oversized monthly inventory storage fees. And so some examples of fulfillment fees are good to look at. $3.39 to ship out a t-shirt. If you're doing this yourself, you have to go to UPS, you have to get the box, you have to buy the tape, you have to print the labels. It's a very good deal, and the entire business model of Amazon FBA is centered around the fact of allowing Amazon to fulfill for you, right? Fulfillment by Amazon FBA. So if you're shipping a large monitor, 50 pounds, it costs $75 per unit to ship. It's cheaper in Q4 because they want to clear space in their warehouses, but you're selling this for $500. And then when you add up your cost of goods sold and your shipping, you can calculate your profit. And so we're going to run through 2 real-life examples to show you exactly what the costs are, what your profit margin is, multiplied by the number of units sold to show you whether or not Amazon FBA is still a viable business model. Alright, so let's look at an actual product on Amazon FBA and let's evaluate from front to back whether or not this is profitable, whether or not the Amazon FBA business is sustainable even with the fulfillment fees and storage fees. So let's take a look at a product that we've looked at before. If you are part of my course, it's one of the products that I identified as an incredible FBA product, right? So let's take a look at this ASIN. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how expensive it is to actually source this product from a cost of goods sold perspective. So we know that this is a silicone wedding ring, and so the way that I like to do it is going into Google Translate, silicone wedding ring, translating it to Chinese simplified, taking this Chinese simplified text and putting it into 1688. So for those of you who are not part of my course, we're sharing some tactics as far as sourcing cheaper suppliers using the China side facing version of Alibaba. So we paste it in that text, click search, and if you guys want, you can actually translate this to English just by right-clicking and going to translate to English. And I'm using Google Chrome, so you can see now in English some of these different things. So 50 RMB, right? So what we want to do is go into our Google currency converter, put in 0.5 Chinese yuan, and so that equates to 7 cents per unit. So then if we head into the Fba Profitability Calculator, we put in $7.97 for the price because that's what they're charging right here. And then we go to ship to Amazon. We're going to estimate here. I like to use about 1 to 1.5 times the cost of product just to be safe. It's usually going to be a little bit less than that, especially if you ship by sea. So we're going to go 0.07 for cost of product that we just calculated using our RMB to USD translation, currency conversion. So 10 cents to ship, 7 cents per unit, selling at $7.97. It shows you right here after you click calculate that the selling on Amazon fee is $1.20, right? So this is actually the Amazon referral fee, which is 15% of the cost the customer pays, and that's basically a cost that you pay for Amazon to bring you a ton of organic traffic. So this is a cost that you can basically think to yourself that you're saving as far as Facebook advertising and driving paid traffic to your Shopify website if you are selling by another means. So you're paying $1.20 in selling on Amazon fees. You're paying $2.41 per fulfilled unit, right? So we're looking at those same costs that we looked at from our other sheet where we were showing the Amazon fulfillment fees. And then after all of that, with our ship to Amazon fees, with our cost of product per unit fees, it shows us that we're actually selling at a 52 to 53% net margin. And so if we're selling $4.19 of net profit per unit, do is take that number, go into our Jungle Scout, take a look at the estimated sales per 30 days, and this is an estimate, guys. So if we were super serious about this product, we would look at the iTrack 999 cart trick method numbers to know for sure how many units this was actually selling per month. But for now, and for the sake of expediting the actual estimate, we're just going to use Jungle Scout numbers. So Honor Eternal is the product that we were looking at. So Honor Eternal, it looks like its estimated sales per month for Honor Eternal is 2,260. So if we take a calculator, 2,260 times, and I think it was 419, 4.19, then you can tell that we're estimating that you're going to make from one product $9,469 of profit per month. And then when you annualize that to a year, right, if we round that up to 10,000, you're making $120,000 in profit from one product. And that's more than most people's salaries. And when you actually add up product after product that you're stacking into your portfolio, if you've done the correct due diligence, it starts to add up incredibly quickly. So let's take a look at one example again from start to finish to think about whether or not Amazon FBA is still viable. The second product that we're going to look at is a happy birthday banner. And we're going to show you again with a very low prime price to show you that even with inexpensive products, if you choose the right products, do your due diligence correctly with product research, like I go over in my product research method, in my product research module, in the course, and all of my different YouTube videos. There's a ton of resources out there for you guys. If you choose the right products, you will make a ton of profit. So we're going to go $7.50 here, happy birthday banner. So if we go happy birthday banner in our Google Translate, copy and paste the Chinese simplified text into 1688, which again is the China side facing version of Alibaba, then we can see the exact same products here, right, for the happy birthday banner. So 4.6 RMB If we go into the Google currency conversion, 4.6 Chinese yuan is 0.68 US dollars. So then if we go into the Amazon FBA fulfillment fee calculator, plug in $7.50 for the item price. We're going to estimate about 50 cents to ship to Amazon, even though that's probably a drastic overestimation, especially if we ship by sea, because these are incredibly flat, small, compressible products. So it would probably be much lower, but we're going to conservatively estimate about 50 cents a unit. 0.68 as we just calculated in our currency conversion. So we can see that even at an incredibly low price, we're still making almost a 37% net margin. And so if we, again, take a look at the estimated sales, and if we were doing this, just to repeat one more time, if we were doing this for real, we would look at the iTrack 999 cart method for 7 days and then multiply that number by 4 to get about the monthly average, right? But for the sake of this video, we're going to use Jungle Scout's estimated sales here. So 565 multiplied by $2.77, 565 times 277 would be an extra $1,600 in profit per month. And this would be a very quick product to source. It would be a very easy kind of conversation with your supplier. You can use these exact listings showing the price per unit to leverage in Alibaba if you're not comfortable working on 1688, since it all is in Mandarin Chinese, right? But what you can do, even if you're not comfortable working in the 1688 realm, is take images, take screenshots of these listings and leverage that price in USD against your Alibaba counterpart suppliers supplying the same product, right? And so we looked through 2 exact products here, guys, but something to think about as well is if you add bundles, if you create value through a second product, or you make a premium version, or you make a different color, or you make a large version or a small version or a travel version, there's so many different types of variations you can do to make it $17.99. And then if we rerun these numbers, right, using a $17.99 price point instead of the $7.50 price point, right, and we can do that right now. So let's try another product, enter in the ASIN here, right, and we're going to do this live for you guys. $17.99 was the cost, right, and so we're going to estimate $1 here, just double it, right, because you're going to add in a few of those pom-poms that you can compress, right. Cost of product, so that before it was 68 cents, let's more than double that and make it $1.50 to add in that additional product, right, that I'm sure you can source from the same party supplies suppliers who do make all those different products, right? So you can bundle it right there in that same supplier with little to no additional work for yourself. And then if we run that calculation, now we're at almost 54 to 55% net margin, right? And so if we look at the Jungle Scout numbers for this one, so let's run the Jungle Scout extension, right? And this is the birthday party pack by Sterling James Co. So let's run the Jungle Scout extension on this specific product. And as you can see, it's making 179 sales per month, right, estimated. So if we take the 179 and multiply it by the 978 margin, right, again, $1,750 profit per month from a single product, and that's just a very simple variant. So you can sell just the happy birthday banner as one of your products. You can add in the additional pom-poms to the listing to create a second product, and now all of a sudden you have $3,000 profit per month, and it doesn't take, you don't have to go find a new supplier, you don't have to do any additional research, the demand's there because you've proven it with your first product, and all you have to do is just create that variation, create a second product listing, take a few more photos, and then for pretty much forever, you're going to have a product that's earning you an additional $1,750 per month in profit. So in the end, guys, is Amazon FBA still a viable business model? The answer is an unequivocal yes. Absolutely, it is a viable business model. It's not going to stop. Amazon is not going anywhere. They're one of the most powerful, influential companies in the world. They're only going to get larger and larger and expand into different countries and expand all across the world and increase their fulfillment lines. And it's not going anywhere, guys. There's always going to be brand new products and different niches that you can explore and dive deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole of Amazon. Find these incredible niche products and be the first entry, be a fast follower, create new value in a bundle, create a different size, color. There's just infinite combinations, guys. You can do it. Don't ever let anyone tell you that Amazon FBA is not a viable business model unless you want to save it all for yourself, guys. So go out there, find some products, and let's make some money.